Welcome back, behavior analysts and behavior scientists, or anyone who's interested in behavior for that matter. Today, we're going over the top 7 signs that you're being manipulated. Again, this is not based on behavioral science necessarily. It's my own commentary, my own experience. I gotta share it with you. I feel like it'd be irresponsible if I didn't tell you some of the stuff I've been through. Number one sign that you're being manipulated by somebody is that people, they take from you, but they never give back. Or they're taking, whatever it is you're helping with, and then they can never wean off your support that you're helping with. A perfect example might be you have a person living with you and they don't have the income to pay you, so you're letting them live there for free, and then over time they're promising you they will pay you, but they're sitting on their ass and they're not working, and they could work, but they're taking advantage and you're helping them, but there's only so far your help can go when you realize that it's actually doing a disservice to them if you allow them to keep living there, because they're taking advantage and they're manipulating you. My second top sign that someone may be manipulating you is that they start trying to reinforce or reward you for things that exploit you. So in other words, if someone's saying, oh, use your credit card, go in debt, just an example. Use your credit card when you already are in debt, and then they know what your pain points are and they know what your reinforcers are, and then they start giving you attention or some sort of reinforcement, and they're exploiting you because you're spending money and going in debt, and all of a sudden you wanted their attention and they're giving it to you contingent on you spending your money. So in other words, you're being manipulated because you're doing something they're reinforcing your behavior, which is actually exploiting you. And the way you know that is if it's not good for you. If someone understands behavioral science and they're manipulating you inappropriately, they're giving you reinforcement for something that is bad for you. My third sign that someone could be manipulating you would be that they're putting a major guilt trip on you, and they're using kind of like emotional blackmail. So they're saying something to you like, if you leave me or you leave the house, I will hurt myself or I will kill myself. Something like that. So they're playing on your emotions and trying to manipulate you to engage in a certain behavior, like don't leave me or I will kill myself. That's basically a way of trying to manipulate you. My fourth sign that someone may be trying to manipulate you is that they're being very passive aggressive with you. So in other words, instead of just being very direct, which is respectable, you may have a spouse or a significant other or a friend or someone who is saying things to you like little cheap shots where they say they're just kidding. Someone says to you something that's critical, but they do it in a joking way, or they do it in front of a bunch of people. So they're very indirect, passive aggressive, and they're not just dealing with you directly. There's nothing more disingenuous and that drives me more crazy than someone just isn't direct with me about their concern with me. So it could be that example where someone's saying, oh, you can afford to lose a couple pounds, and they joke, just kidding. That's manipulative, and it's not right. My fifth sign that someone could be manipulating you is that they are very abusive with language or physical behavior or in some way, and then they later twist the truth and change the facts around, and they almost get you to believe it. Some people are so masterful at misleading, they will actually do something and then later convince you that it didn't happen. And some people are very, very manipulative that way. I suggest you stay away from people that actually try to change the truth, almost like fake media. My sixth sign that someone's trying to manipulate you is that they begin doing a bunch of favors and doing things for you. They do X, Y, Z, get you really amenable and thankful, and then they ask you for something. So in other words, they're trying to get some sort of behavioral momentum and getting you saying yes, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you, and then they hit you up for something. And in other words, they weren't just doing it for the sake of helping you out, they were doing it because they wanted something. And my seventh and last final sign that someone's trying to manipulate you is that they basically, anytime you have a true need or concern, and you express a concern that you're in need because you're constantly helping them, but you express a concern and then they one-up you and they say, oh, you're not feeling good? Well, I feel a lot worse now. And then they shift the attention back to them. So that's my 7th sign that people are trying to manipulate you. Thanks so much. I'm extremely grateful that you tuned in. My biggest goal is to continue offering value and insight into people and behavior and things that can make you continually better. So thanks again for tuning in, and if you're happy with this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.